Hello everybody, Simona here, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do a straight pour on a 12-inch round, in that case an LP. I want to make a clock out of it. I have a clockwork and hands and all, so let's see if we can get that done. I only have one more paint to mix to show you how it's done. My colors today will be Artina Gold, then Artina Purple, mixed with a little bit of gold to get a metallic purple. So if you don't have a metallic shade you want, you can just combine gold or silver or copper or whatever metallic with your color, and you get a beautiful metallic sheen on your colors. That was about 2/3 of the purple and 1/3 of the gold. Next color we're using is our beautiful blue green by Pebeo Iridescent. Gorgeous color. Then the next is our Artina Primary Red. Pretty pink color. And then we have Cream, also by Artina. A good friend of mine from Germany hauled over 20 kilograms of paint for me here in a suitcase. Good friends are the best. And that's my cream. Alright, today we want to try to use our new 6-ounce split cup, 1, 2, 3, 4 chambers, and 5 ounces is what I need for the 12 by 12 round. If it would be a square, it would be 6 ounces. So, but I'll still make it full to the top, so I have plenty. If I'm not happy with my center, I can do it again, and I will also keep back a little bit of each paint for the same purpose. I have a flow extender, which is basically table drips, just a light blue, but you're not gonna see any of them really, because they're really there to grab the paint and push it to the end. So now we go. I don't measure anything. You've seen me in a previous video. I use this gauge, and my paints should be round about a number 3. It doesn't matter if it's a 2 3/4 or 3 1/4. It's just a roughly, it will work. So if you put the size of round, you put your paint into it, you lift it up, you count to 5, and then you put it down. So the paint will run down here. If it's around about the 3, then you have a good mix for your straight pours or ring pours, puddle pours, and so on. So as I don't measure, I'll just go ahead and squeeze a small amount of gold in there, about a walnut size maybe. So I hope you can see that. So, and then I'll just, this is just strained Floetrol, because they have so much stuff in them. I always want to strain them. I don't want to have that stuff in my paint. So I'm just gonna add 4 of these plastic spoonfuls. 2, 3, 4. That'll do. Off. That's enough. So then I will go ahead and mix that together with my Floetrol. So that that's nicely mixed, I go ahead and put, a clump, sort of speaking, of my Liquitex Gloss Gel into this to make it nice and thick. And then I'll adjust with my water, just regular bottled water I use. I don't want to use tap water, because we have our water here from the mountains, and it's very sediment rich, and I don't want that in my paint, so I use bottled water. So put that away. No, you don't. Ay, ay, ay. Clots. Got to laugh about yourself. I'm just back from my very first gallery exhibition in the gallery, local gallery around here. We had a cracking opening. We were a group of 5 artists, and it will be hanging for another 5 weeks. We were expecting maybe 30, 40 people there at the opening, and we had over 200 people. It was fabulous. So mix that in real well. That gloss gel especially, as it's really gloopy and clumpy. It takes a little while to mix it in properly. And then, as before, we will just, let me get that gold out of the way. So my water. And just go ahead and put that so you can see that. No, it doesn't even want to run off the stick. So we'll just add a little bit at a time. I have those teeny weeny cups so I don't put too much in. Squeeze them together. Put a couple of drops in. Because water, sometimes it takes very little. It depends on the quality of the paint. They're a nice quality paint, but they're not golden or Amsterdam. So, and they don't say anything about, you know, what water they can carry. So just be careful with those and do it drop by drop. It's getting better. Just a little drop more. Okay, that's it. Okay, let's hope I haven't over thinned it. I have less gold, I see, but it's okay because I have 5 colors and only 4 chambers, so I'll mix the gold and the white, and I may mix a little gold within the colors as well. So let's see. Just try to be exact with how much you put in, because if you put too much in, your readings aren't correct. All right, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, down it goes. And now let's see. So it's a 2.5, a little bit. So I'll just add 1 more drop and we'll be at 3. So good consistency. Just really, really the tiniest drip. Okay, that'll be enough. Okay. Now, before we pour, the LPs, I like pouring on them. I think they're fun. I just have a cheapy Chinese shop spinner for such occasions. It's easier to reach everywhere, and then just a silicone mat when it's too gunky. I'll just peel all the paint back off again. Make sure it's in the center. Yes. Now, we'll take a little bit of alcohol because we don't need any priming on the LP, but we do have to make sure all of our fingerprints are taken off. So, I'm going to clean the center a little bit as well before I put the tape on, and then I'll just wipe over it one more time. I have very thin painter's tape. I'm not even sure if the camera picks that up, so you don't really see the raised bit. It's really completely flat. That's why I like it for such matters. Because if your tape is too thick or like a little, how can I say, puckered up, like painter's tape often is, it will show through. And I'll just go ahead and put that on. So then I grab my row and I really make sure it's rubbed in and make proper contact. You can do it with a finger, the back of whatever, but this is nice and soft but hard enough, so I'll just use that. All right, that's that. So now we just go ahead and a little bit more alcohol, and we just wipe it down one more time because of the fingerprints. Okay, then let's take care of the filling of the cup next. Just put that aside one more time. Okay, so here is my cup. There's my colors. Now our first thing to say is what is on the outside chambers is usually what you see most. So I definitely want my beautiful shimmery blue-green on one side, and in it goes. So I'll just go and make it about half full. Then I put a little bit of golden. Okay, that's enough. And then we fill the rest, and I see it needs a little help to get into the tip. There you go. Very sorry if we have a noise in the background. That's my boyfriend trimming the gardens. We will have visitors today for our cute little guest house. So he wants it all nice and neat as a pin. And as I hate the sound of this trimmer, I went over to my studio. Okay, that's that. I think, what should I do on the other side? My purple or my pink? I think I'll do my purple. So this already has a lot of gold. I think I'll just fill that to the top as is. A little bit more. And I may just have enough left over to do one more ring pour. Mostly I do, as if you follow me, you know I do very often Dutch pours, and now I have a new shipment arrived from with Australian Floetrol, so in the future I will get more into the bloom as well. So I don't want to mix the pink too much with the blue-green, so I'll set that beside the purple. That's it. Get this out of the way. Now, next we will make a mix of gold and white in smaller layers. So I go ahead, start with a little bit of gold, go with a little bit of cream. More gold. If you do not have a flip cup, a chambered cup, you can just layer your colors in a cup. You know, pink, turquoise. If you have colors like pink and turquoise that may mix to make a bad color, you can also just lay like pink, a little bit of gold, a little bit of cream, the turquoise, little gold, little cream, then the purple, little gold, little cream, and you carry that through. That will help you keep your colors a bit more separated, okay? So, more that gold, and then finishing it off with the white. Just a little bit more here to make sure it's full, and that's that. Okay, now let's put that in the center here. So I will need to make more gold if I go for the second one, but all the other colors are enough. So what I'll do is I'll just add a little drop more of my water to thin it out a teeny weeny little bit. And then I pour a little puddle of the gold in the center, because sometimes if you put gold underneath, it comes up and you get that beautiful gold cells. Let's see if we can do that. If we're lucky enough for it to happen. So, first of all, I want to pop the bubbles real quick. And then, okay, I just need a little drop of paint underneath to make sure when I spin, it doesn't fly away. So and then you go roughly in the middle and you just press down. And if I need to move it around, I can just grab it with a turntable and my tile, because it's not very heavy. You know, the turntable is really very cheap and plasticky. I have a real good one, but as that is much bigger, I only use that for my blooms. Right, I'm happy enough with that. Let's give it another really quick little torch. So you can do several straight pours. You can do a wandering one, but today I will try my best to stay with the paint in that center. That's something. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Try right here in the center. And I go up. Oh, what is the matter? And down. And up. Oh, I have clumps in my paint. Why is that? Well, we'll fish them out. Then you can go and twist your hand a little bit this way. And a little bit in the other way. And then you can do this again. A little bit up. Down. And up again. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my goody aunt. That's not so good. And at the end, I'll just move them back and forth, wiggle them a little bit. Oh, that seems to be like a bottomless cup. So you can try to make a little center by going swirls. Change your direction. So when you want to finish, you'll just have to go lower on your stream of paint and catch the drop. Well, we shall see what shall come of this. I do know I'll have a lot of fishing out to do. That's really strange. I was mixing like crazy. So I'll be right back. Is there still paint in there? No, I'll just dump that in a bucket. It's the best thing to do, a bucket of water right away. Then nothing gets stuck to it. Just a second. Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry for the noise in the background. My boyfriend is trimming away. Okay, let's give that a torch and see what comes of it. I'm still wondered a little bit without wanting to, but it's not so bad, I think. So, okay. So, now I'll try to get that a little bit first back into the center before we put our, okay, looks very oval, but that is what it is. So now the important thing is when you put the flow extender on is that you connect this paint with your puddle of paint in the center. Okay. So basically just take the spoon that's in there and I just push it into my paint to make sure those have made contact first of all, and then I can pull it towards out. Yep. And then I just outside, make sure we cover it so it can help the paint slide very easily. And I think I have to open that up a little bit more before I can find the clumps that I saw falling into there. Oh my God, it's getting near impossible to talk to you. We must be streaming very close. Very, very sorry for that. Okay, that's that one last over. My big torch. I didn't know he's gonna come over here. Never mind, it is what it is. Worst case scenario, we make it once over, right? So, now, you can do two things with your straight pour. You can start tilting it, and if tilting is what you want to do, the best thing to do is to be very slowly and try to circle that. Circle that. Circle that, but not go over quite yet. Ooh, which I just did, it's silly me. But just to try to expand a little bit. I'm sorry if you didn't see what I was doing there. So also just that your pillow paint, your flow extender gets smooth and reaches the edges as well. So getting pretty. I'll just push it over here a little bit more. So now I'll anchor it here a little bit, pull some over so it's fixed there. We're not going to lose it from there anymore. Put it over here a little bit. Make sure the blue over there is gone. You always have to work where the weight of the paint is. You have to work that out. You see where it's moving the fastest? It comes up from the center now. That's where the weight of the paint is. The weight of the paint helps you to push the paint you don't want off of your piece. So a little bit more here, just until the color's over the edge. And the same here. So, and all the paint I throw off here it makes it just easier. So I always collect my table drips and I use those for that. So everything that's up on my tarp now, again, gets collected. And when I have a good amount, I strain it and look what color comes out of it, and then I use it as a background or as some more of the flow extending paints. Okay, it's not bad at all. So what you also can do is use your spinner. Hang on a second. Messy gal. Should have put gloves on and I forgot. Just wipe my fingers before I drip any paint on that, because I think that's rather cute. Okay. Now, what I do to know if I have to get rid of more paint or not, I'll just use it. I use a dotting tool. You can use a toothpick. And where you have a solid bit of color, I go in and I check it. Can you pick that up? That's not so bad. But I still want to spin a little bit more. Let me check somewhere else. Yeah, it's pretty evenly spread. Now you can look, what is the part of my painting I like best? Which are the lines I would like to open up? So let's just spin it first. Make sure it's roughly in the center. Okay. In the center here. Make sure I don't knock my camera off with it. And I'll spin slowly. You really can spin everywhere without making too big a mess. All you can do is, I usually have a cup, which I don't have right now. This is a mini spatula. Everything that came down the first spin, you wipe it off. If it's not there anymore, it's not going to fly around. A lot of people are afraid of spinning because of the mess. I get a mess, but only if I spin a really big piece. And all the care in the world is not going to prevent you making a mess with that one. So I see that more paint came off there than here, which means I'm not 100% in the center. And I'm gonna move it just slightly over. Okay. Put my hands one more time. And then I stick it down, I go into a solid piece, and I just put some pressure down, to make sure that my LP cannot, under any circumstances, fly off. Okay, let's give it one more spin. Hey, no, excuse me, let me remove that quickly. And right here, I could use a little bit of that, because I still have my light blue over it. And now we spin it one more time. That's enough. There you go. Be careful, I see on the edges I start to get a little brown and such. So I'm not, there's still a little bit too much there. So what I'll do is I lift it here, just hold it here, and this is the part I don't like, so I'll just lift it here and bring it down. see by the speed of the paint, I already see that there isn't too much more in it. Okay, that's what there's in it. Now I think it's time to find our little boo-boos in it. I'm not unhappy with it. I'm not crazy happy with it because I did a better one before. I had the paints in different chambers. And that's the dried result of that one. So I kind of like those shapes pretty well. I didn't like the center, so I did repour the center, so I wanted to make a better job of it this time. But maybe I like the other color combination, the way I did it better. It's a bit dark here, but by all means, it's not bad at all. So, now, let's see if we can find, well, let's first of all, one more time. Okay. Now, if I search for stuff in my paint, I usually use a set of tweezers, and best is against the light. Some of them surely have flown off, but I thought there were quite a few, if I wasn't mistaken. Okay, if it's difficult to find what you're looking for, you just tilt and see if there's anything obstructing the movement. Now that's funny. I mean, I have a puddle of paint here and maybe they flew off because, no, there is one. I believe there is one. Yep. Teeny weeny little thing too. Bugger. Just trying to check against the light and all angles because I don't want to come across them when this piece is dry. Let me check here quickly as well. No, that was nothing. Quickly wipe my tweezers off. So I'm not entirely happy with this. I'd be a liar if I say I would. So I'm considering just redoing the center. Just leave everything as is and redo the center. I'll just put you on pause and I get my tool back. Be right back. Okay, here I am back, and I'll just use whatever I have left over. The one I have least is gold. And I had the last time the pink on one chamber, the turquoise on the other, and then the purple after the pink. So it was brighter. This is a bit darker, too dark, and then the purple will dark a lot darker than that. So it's going to be too dark. So let's do this again. I'll just use everything I have and just pour back straight into the center and see what happens. We don't need a full one because there's already enough paint there to slide it around with. Oh, but we have enough to fill it again. Okay. Then here comes the pink on the other side, opposite side. So why I always make enough for more than one go, or at least have enough left over to redo my center shall I not like it. So beside the pink, I put the purple gold mix. Okay, so now here comes the cream. This way around. Cream. And then we add the last of the gold and then fill it up if necessary with more cream. So. Okay, let me just collect it a little bit. Okay, and I'll zip. Just so I have just a little bit extra for the center shall it be necessary, and fill the rest with my cream. Not much more anyway. Okay, and there we have it. Let's put them away. We don't need this time our extra paint around because we have plenty of paint there already. Just wipe my hands one more time and do it again. What didn't work the first time may work the second. So as we're at it, let me just, it's not in the center, so let me just move it a little bit. Here and a little down, I think, and then I just scrape the extra paint again just off into my puddle, and this time I didn't see any clumps going into my split cup. Not used to that there word yet, am I? All right, take two. Let's give it a try. Again, we'll try. No, one moment. Let me just stick that back down again so it doesn't fly when we spin. Press down. Is there something there? Teeny weeny. And I'll stick it in here and in there. And now it should hold rather well and not fly off the spinner. And I may try, now that I showed how to do the tilting, we'll go spinning from the start. Well, first we have to put it back into the center and then we can spin it, but let's do this option this time. Okay, right into the center and on we go. From high and low and high again, and try to stay in the center. And down again and from high. And I try to okay, there's a little bit left to make sure we have a nice center. I think I already like that better. It's brighter and there's more white in it, or more cream in it, to brighten it up a bit. All right, let's give that a torch for the bubbles. will just spin it. Make sure, is it roughly in the center? It could go a little bit more this way to be in the center. There. Okay. Because the spinning is way easier than the tilting. I am not a very good tilter because I don't do many straight pours, but I do a lot of a lot of spinning when I do my blooms. And as long as your piece is centered on your little turntable, and this is not, as I just see, you know, this difference and this difference, so give it a little push until we find it's in the center, roughly. Let's check this. This has to come over a little bit in the center underneath. So a little bit over in that direction. All right, that'll do. I still see a few air bubbles popping up. So let's do them from a little closer here with my little torchy. Here. And now we'll just spin. Slowly, mind. If you don't want to have a big mess. Okay, beautiful. Love it already, much, much better. And we always have to see roughly where is our paint and how much circle around, because you can change this. So if you want more paint off here, you just move your piece over, or there, or opposite. So, but I think we're pretty much in the center, maybe just an inkling more this way. There's another few air bubbles. Yes, and the gold is coming through the cream beautifully. I love that a lot more. Let's see. Okay, I don't want it to go over. So what I'll do is I'll just widen it by hand a little bit. So I'll take it, just hold on to the edges, and I take it this way a bit. Okay, and then the other way a bit. Don't really want too much of the old pour on it. So, take it this way. Okay, now we move it over there a little bit more, and then we spin. Because not anything much has come over yet. Just a little bit. Okay, let me wipe that away right away again. But keep your surroundings more or less clean. All right, now let's give it a little bit of a harder spin. Nice. Okay. See what there's to see. See if we have any boo-boos. No, but we have more air bubbles. Wow. The never-ending supply of air bubbles, I see. And I think from here, as I have most of my paint off, I hope. I'll check that right now again. I'll just manipulate the rest, I think, with hand. I liked that curve, so I'll take more off. I want this off to here, and then widen, you know, those two a little bit more. You know, if you see something that you like, then from there on it's best to manipulate with your hands. So therefore you take it off and stick it from the silicone mat. And I'll just take a little bit more of that center off here. All right, I like that. Sorry if you can't see. So just push that over a little bit more this side until we're pure pink. Perfect. Now we'll take a little bit more off here. Come on, a little bit more. Up, up, up. Okay, nice. And then back this direction. I want all of that old pore pushed off. Okay, and over. Nice, really nice. Okay, let me just hold that up here. Clean my hand a little bit and strip all the extra paint back onto my puddle on my tab here for collection later on. And this side as well. Oh, yeah. So sometimes it just takes a second or even a third time. I've had 5 scrapes, and then with the number 6 finally I had what I want. So sometimes you just have to spend a little bit of extra time and a little bit of extra paint. But if you have a vision of what you want, never give up on it. And never give up on your art. Okay, so now, just cleaning my hands again. I don't want to drip over this. Let me take care of bubbles one more time. And I have to look at that a little bit closer to make my last decisions. I check how much paint I still have left. I like it. Let me turn that around for you. That's how I see that. I really like it. Good. Happy with this one. I don't have to go back into the center, I don't think. So let me just check the paint. It's difficult to check that right for you. So it's just the tip. Clean that up and try that in another couple of spots. With the white you may be able to see it better, so it just covers the little tip, so that's a good place to be. It's if you have cracking issues, it's mostly because you left too much paint on your surface. Try one more there. There's even less there, so we still have a little bit more paint in our center than at the sides, but it's good, it's pretty good. So it's good. Too little, you know, to cause you any kind of a trouble. So now just have a little, don't even know if you can see that, that's me being picky. That must be my fingerprint in there. So I'll just push that back over and out. Come over. Don't want you. Check where the weight of the paint is. Got to make sure that you don't lose any other bits that you liked. Okay, I like it. So, and I'm trying to get, oh, sorry, didn't see that, did you? I'm trying to get that gold curve here a little bit. And I'm happy. I'm really happy. Okay, let me just pull that off. It's full of paint. So, I clean my fingers. Check it from the side to see if I see any raised bits at all, which I don't, but I still think I see a few air bubbles. They seem to rise slowly with a thicker paint. I will make a set out of this, and I will pour with my rest paints on old CDs to see what I can come up with 4 CDs to make a set of coasters to go with it. So here we go. Just try to do that to get that closer to you. Sorry with the reflection of my lights, can't help it. Otherwise it's too dark in here. I really hope you enjoyed this. If so, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm really grateful for support. If you have any questions, don't be shy to just put them in the description of my videos. I'll always try to answer them. And I wish you a beautiful Sunday wherever you may be. Bye-bye.